Mic check, mic check.
You hear yourself sound good?
Yeah, that sound good.
Yeah,
I can hear it clear.
that's where we at.
Okay.
That's where we at, ma'am. So we are already recording. That one's recording. How are you doing today, ma'am? You okay?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I got me a nap in today, so I ain't complaining. I am not complaining.
I needed a nap.
I got my mailbox in today. I was happy about that. Little task off the list. I got Shajules. She come on this morning, and we done an episode, good conversation about theater and production and everything. That was a good conversation. So it's been a productive day for me. You see, little man is still had his nap, but he still gets fussy about his mama.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I understand.
So I'm blessed to have all this, not attention, but feedback of wanting to be on the podcast. You reached out to me. I'm glad that you did. You were definitely on my list.
Thank you.
Someone I've noticed throughout the years. I've been here and there throughout the years. I've met you quite a few times at different locations unexpectedly. And it's been a pleasure to see you every time. You always have a great outfit on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Always look phenomenal. Today's guest is none other than Miss Courtney Carter.
Yes.
You are a phenomenal actress.
Yes.
Around the Augusta area. You were in multiple films. You've done a list of them. I have you got from you, from music to all around.
Yes.
Thank you for being a part of this episode today.
No problem. Thank you for having me. It's
Now,
a pleasure.
I got a little ladies intro I made and compiled. Okay.
Okay.
It's just in my opinion, it's just the everybody, all the ladies love this shit. I take it back. You gotta tell me which one's your favorite. Gotta put the Spice Girls in there. I'm claimed. That's it. That's it.
I think that second one.
The second one.
First one or that second one with the up tempo come in like.
Yeah. See, I like bok bok chicken head, bok bok chicken.
That would be a good one too.
That would be a good one too, huh?
As soon as I heard it, I would bust out laughing. I know this shit gonna be good. Whatever you talking about on here.
So thank you again for coming on. I'm gonna try to have some fun with you and break some ice with you before we even start about the conversation.
Because I feel a little nervous.
Now, do you want to go millennial? Millennial is from 1981 to 96, information-wise. Or do you want to stay Gen X? You're right on the verge. You 80s. So it's your call.
Take it back.
Take it back? All right, all right. And let's go here. Let's start with this one right here. Name the Debbie Boone hit from 1977.
Now, why I did this to myself?
Yeah, because
why
I don't even know who
didn't
that is.
I remember Debbie Boone. I think she was somewhat like a country singer, Caucasian lady. I remember because my grandmother, she's listened to Debbie Boone, but yeah, I probably should have, when you said the millennial, maybe that just wasn't a good question for me.
It says you light up my life. I have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
All right, name 3 of the 4 original Charlie's Angels actresses from 1967 to 81. Do you know the original cast of the Charlie's Angels?
I know one for sure was Farrah Fawcett.
Yep, I knew. Yep.
Okay, and I think that's about all I'm gonna be able to remember.
Kate Jackson, Farrah Fawcett, and Jacqueline Smith and Cheryl Ladd. I think I only know the name Farrah Fawcett.
Me too.
Let's see here. Paul Simmons provided this number of ways to leave your lover. You know who Paul Simmons is?
I'm sure he would be a singer or somebody, but
50 ways to leave your lover. I don't know what that reference is. All right, let's go millennial.
Yes, thank
just go
you.
ahead
Thank
and switch
you.
it up.
Thank
Let's
you.
just go ahead.
Because I'm bombing out.
Yeah. All right. Launched in 2000, what phone was said to be indestructible? I won't guess this. Maybe the brand you could guess.
Nokia.
Nokia is correct. That's it. That's it. That's it. Nokia. That's correct. Yeah, that's it. If you had a lot of bling, what did you have?
A lot of diamonds.
Jewelry, especially diamonds. That's correct. That's correct. In the movie Sleepless in Seattle, where did Sam and Annie plan to meet? Sleepless in Seattle. Seattle? The Empire State Building. I don't even know what that thing is.
I remember the movie though.
It's a good movie? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I have no idea.
I remember that.
Billy Corgan fronted what alt rock band. See, I don't even know who Billy Corgan is. These are bad questions for me. I'm asking shit like I'm supposed to know, and like hopefully it gets me all right. If someone split while they were talking, they might have been told to say it, but
Don't
blank.
spray it. What?
Don't spray it. That's it. Say it. Don't spray it. That's it. Now I got GD. I can't read well, so bear with my phrasing.
No problem. No problem.
With the self-titled debut album in 1982, what envelope-pushing artist was named Artist of the Decade by MTV and Billboard magazine? Madonna, apparently. 1980. How many consistent Super Bowl games did the Buffalo Bills lose in the 1990s? No idea neither. 4. See, I don't know. I just like it because it's funner than going to Google trying to find answers.
It is.
What sarcastic hashtag follows a picture of a project that went hilariously wrong? What hashtag follows a picture of a project that went hilariously wrong?
Hashtag bloopers.
Hashtag nailed it. You know that show Nailed It where they do the bacon or whatnot, and it's just no, never seen it. Okay, well if you haven't checked it out, Nailed It. It's hilarious. It's a funny little baking show where people who can't bake go on there.
Okay, so it's like actual baking.
Yeah, they do different shit and they don't get it right.
Okay,
they
gotcha.
make fun of it.
I'm
Of
gonna
like
check
you
it out
nailed it.
though.
What did dead presidents mean?
Money.
Money. Yep, I ain't gotta look at the back of that one. Finish this line. Okay, here's the situation. Blank.
I can finish it how I want to finish it, or is it a specific?
Oh, I wouldn't have guessed this. That's pretty rough. It says finish. This is what it says. Okay, finish the line. Okay, here's the situation. Blank. Now the answer, the blank is my parents went away for a week on vacation. I would have never guessed that.
Me either.
Damn. Who stepped down as CEO of Microsoft in the year 2000?
It wasn't Bill Gates.
Yep, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that was it.
And that was in 2000?
I actually, till I read this, I forgot he was a part of Microsoft because I've been hearing him about the vaccines and all this other stuff he's been
I
doing.
didn't realize it was that far back though.
Yeah, I'm young and it feels a long time to me. Come on now. 2001 was
Feels historic.
it was. What did the acronym TLDR mean?
TLDR.
I ain't never heard this one.
I don't know. What was it? What is it?
Too long, didn't read.
No.
I ain't never heard that one.
Me either.
Do you know, did you catch on to any of the acronyms and text message early?
I do, but it has to be something that like makes sense that everybody says. Like what they just said, too late, didn't read.
Yeah, I ain't never heard
I've
that.
never heard anybody say that.
Talk to you later.
Yes.
Talk, be right back.
Yeah, stuff like that.
On the way. How about you?
STFU.
Shut the fuck up. Yep. That's right. I forgot all about that one. The other one I too was rolling on the ground laughing. You've done that? I didn't even know that. I thought it was just LMFAO. All right, let's do one more, see if we can get a good one out of here. Okay. Which Latina singer, or no, that's not Latina, which Latin singer like to be living la vida loca?
It's a guy.
It's a guy.
That little guy. It ain't Mark Anthony. It's not him. It's the other guy. He's younger. I can sing.
Put them shoulders to work.
Yes. Not Ricky Martinez.
That's it.
I'm right. No.
It's not Martinez.
Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin.
Okay,
That's it.
boom,
That's
boom.
it.
I
That's
was
it.
trying to picture him in my
Yeah.
head.
He was salsa shakehead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my little
was
intro, little stupid shit.
Yeah,
I try
no, it
to
was
break
pretty
the
cool.
ice with some stuff. You know, we
Yeah.
ain't got to know everything.
I learned a couple new things that I didn't know.
If you do want to play it, I've spoke about it. It's called Mind the Gap. It's a trivia game for generations to be able to compare knowledge and see what you know, see what you don't know. It's a pretty fun game.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Now, I know that you are hand in hand with CTC United. Shout out to J. Paul and all the team over there.
Shout out.
How well has that given you your footwork to keep working? Is that a contribution, or is it just as hard doing it out on your own? Is it better to be with a group or to be independent doing all these projects?
Okay. CTC is a family. So it's more than just a team because everybody's best interest within this family is we want the best for ourselves and for everybody in CTC.
Champions training champions.
Exactly. So every person, every family member within CTC has a skill, a talent that all of us collaborative, blah, 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 blah,
Collaborate. Is that it?
Our collaboration together as a family makes for an awesome team.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? We sing, we rap, videos, photography, canvas painting,
music, beats.
Yes, hair,
events.
Yes, exactly. So everybody offers something. I own a cleaning business, so it's like, or this person is a DJ, and when we do our events, or I'm doing this, we can all like work together, pool our money in together to make stuff happen that we know we can count on each other because it's harder on your own. Because a lot of times if you don't know what direction to go in. And in your mind, you're thinking you got something going on. But then when you finally get with a family, then you realize like, dang, I really was just like walking in place, really.
Yeah.
I'm moving, but I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So being a part of CTC has definitely been a blessing. And everybody is still an independent individual with their own brands, but us together, we are family, and all of us together, CTC United.
Yeah. Now, I say that just because I noticed that there are some actors that are independent around town that don't have that kind of collaborative family. I say team because you all, on board for whatever project's going. It's about who's the team leader for the moment. I've seen y'all work. And thank you for breaking it down because I want him to get his just, the whole team and the leader himself, J. Paul, because I think that what he is building and how you guys are producing is something to have acknowledged for.
I appreciate that.
But I do think it is a little different. I do think that it is interesting how I can see one person online make strives to still make headway. Like you say, they still walking, they still finding their way. It does change the narrative of how much you can develop and how much you can go forward. And I appreciate you breaking it down.
Then the business, that's the part that you can spend money on, have the money to pay for the videos, the music videos, and all this different stuff. But if you don't know the business side of music, where the money that you're spending for these videos and for this music and these beats, you can actually make your money back. And that's the part for me of, I was saying like I had motion, but I wasn't going anywhere because I didn't understand the exact business breakdown of everything. And then a lot of things I was paying for and paying people to supposedly do things that I didn't know I can do myself.
Give me some examples. Help me elaborate a little bit.
Like putting your music on the streaming sites. It was, and like I said, I'm older, so it was a little different for me. When I was doing music, everything wasn't as digital as it is now. So I didn't understand that all it took was me to Google DistroKid, whatever I'm going to want to release my music on. They're going to tell you the plans, what you can pay for, and I was like, dang, so it's been that simple this whole time. And they charge you a fee to do what I can do myself, which would probably be half or probably 70% of what I'm paying them. it's like I wouldn't even spend that doing a lot of stuff on my own.
Yeah.
So that's the business part that I had to learn with movies.
More people's
With
have trial and errors for
yeah,
you to pull from
yeah,
versus just
exactly,
going through it by yourself.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
And that's the other thing too. Not everybody, like I'm not a great researcher. My wife, she can go on Google and hear what I need and ask the right question. I can go on Google and ask 5 different questions and still not find out what I need to know. So it definitely helps having a team or someone you can have some sort of conversation about what you need to get your objective across. So what projects would you say have been most impactful on you, playing the role or the script itself?
I would say in the beginning when I first started, it was the script because I was new to it. So it's like I wanted to do it, but then just that nervousness of being able to, when you're reading a script, you can feel it when you're reading it. But sometimes, like in the beginning, it might have been a little hard for me to like feel it while I'm acting it. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but it's still feeling like the nervousness of acting it out versus when I read the script. But like now, I've gotten a lot more comfortable so I can actually feel and show that and feel that when I'm acting it out.
Hone that character.
Yeah, exactly. So that's I'm at that point now where I can just like really like get into it and have those moments when I'm reading the script and I'm going over it. And we have a movie that's in production right now, Can I Breathe? So
I think you told me that'd be coming out in June too, right? June or July.
we haven't even that hasn't even came out yet. We're
Oh.
actually in the process of filming it.
Oh, filming this.
Yeah, so we do have some movies coming out. We got Trouble Mystic, and I'm the lead role in that. That comes out in my birthday, May 27th.
Yep.
But yeah,
So now, when you practice for a script, how does that practice go? Are you just reading it over and over? Because I actually looked up some research about how actors go about, preparing for a role, and a lot of I ain't gonna say a lot, but I saw quite a bit of people just read it, and there's one guy said he reads it 250 times, and then he just goes and just becomes in the moment. He said he already knows it by that point. It's just about being able to give the opportunity to allow the moment to grow. And he just goes out there and pretty much, I got it. I don't know if that's the role. I'm not no actor. I don't know. I was a bystander in the special effect, which I was a part of with you guys.
yes.
I was in that one. So I'm just curious, how is that process of practicing your roles with the script?
Okay, for me, it's funny, but okay. If it's in the scenes that I'm in, it might be myself and it could be 2 other characters in these scenes. Myself could be a guy and another woman. So when I do this thing where I read the script in all my scenes that I'm in, I read them out and I voice record them. And after I voice recorded them, like when I'm at work and stuff, I can just listen to it in my head. But what the thing that I do is I'm in my own voice, John, perhaps in the movie. So when his role, he says, "Hey, can you come over here to the house tonight?" That's how I'm saying it when I'm voice recording it, so that I know when I'm hearing this. Okay, I know my voice. This is my part. When I hear this, "Hey, how you doing?" That's John.
Is that cue for you?
Yeah, and then Miss Mary up there, "Hey baby, how you doing? Where you going?" And I do it like that. So when I'm playing it back and kind of like the guy said, just listening to it over and over. Yeah, I do that. I don't do it 250 times, but I listen to it enough, at least during the week when I'm at work with my earpods on, and then I'll start breaking down my actual scene with what my emotion is, looking myself in the mirror, trying to, and I may take, this pillow here. That's John in the movie. This is Miss Mary right here. And I'm acting it out, doing all this towards each one, like trying to picture it, because usually it's organic when we
Yeah.
get on set. Sometimes we do have a chance when we get on set to run our lines together and get a feel for it before we actually film. But I try to already have kind of like prepared myself,
Get that
so
visual. Yeah, you want that visual. You want to have it all ran through a couple times.
because you don't want to be the one that like you got to keep cut, and got to take.
You
You
done
got to
seen
keep.
that happen. You done seen that happen before where somebody
Yeah, not in a bad way, but
Yeah.
sometimes it'd be a lot of bloopers, like certain moments that might be serious, and something might just make everybody laugh,
Yeah.
and we have to like. But that happened to me actually in She Thought, and I played the mother in this role. And shout out to Ambitious, Miss Cece, the dancer. She played my daughter in the movie, and in this particular scene, if you remember, she said something disrespectful, and I was supposed to like slap her.
Yeah.
But in recording, I think it was 5 to maybe 10 takes, give or take, where this whole slap scene, I just couldn't get it. It had to keep redoing it because I was like, I never pretended to slap a
Yeah,
person.
you trying to hold back
Yes,
and give
if
it your
I
all.
ever thought about slapping somebody, I slapped them. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I can't slap her for real. But I just didn't. It just was, but it was funny.
She was
though.
getting paid? If she was
But
getting paid,
no, she didn't. No, she didn't want that. She didn't want that slap.
Oh.
Even if she was getting paid, because I can't count somebody's pockets or anything like that. But no, she didn't want that slap.
I just assumed if everybody's on board, this is me, just me. If the scene is to build the what is it, the tension from it, to get that return from it, who's ever in that, somebody has to accept that kind of. Because if you want it to be heart, right? They do this slap competitions. What's one? We all been slapped once, right? And if you know it's for the greater of the movie, someone got to take it for the team. You should have just.
I've always, to me, a slap is different than a punch.
I don't know what the scene. I don't recall
Oh
the
man,
scene's tension.
she
and
didn't
all,
want. No, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. She didn't want that. No.
So everything behind in the scenes, there's really no. The editing and all covers a lot of that interactions where it's not as intense as what it really is, even though it's giving that emotion.
No, I'll in my scenario.
Yeah.
In my scenario, yeah, maybe you had to do a little more. But for some people and certain stuff, boom, it just comes.
Yeah.
And some might let actually, I haven't really had, that was like my first role where I had to actually like somewhat get like physical like that. So that was different for me. But yeah, like the other actors and actresses on CTC that, have been doing this longer than me, they might feel comfortable and see like maybe now for me, I might be a lot more comfortable to, okay, I can let go and know like, okay, you're acting like, relax.
I think it was a scene I saw from a movie that y'all were recording. It was Honcho and a group of guys out front. And it was, I think it was a blooper. It had to be a blooper because they went to beating him in front of the steps, and then everybody couldn't hold it no more, and they started laughing or something. It was a couple weeks ago. So I was just curious how they take that approach, and you brought it up with the slaps. So that was good. Thank you. So tell me about some of the roles you have played in some of these movies. What are some of the characters you have played?
I played the stepmom of a big time boss, and I own a hair salon. I played the mother of a go-getter type female that, wanted everybody's man. Y'all check that out. She Thought.
She thought that's what's up.
Oh my gosh, I played a doctor. I played a news forecaster. I played another role, Trouble Mystic, coming out May 27th. I played a mother in that movie. Wolf's Cry. I played a rap artist, wife to another rap artist.
Now, what about the Dawkins brothers' Dream, Liquid Dreams?
I played a news forecaster.
Nude Forecaster, Vanity Flaws,
I played a detective,
Detective. That's what, yeah. And then special effect, the
the gallery host.
gallery host is what. That's the scene I was in too. Yeah. So I'm just gonna read off a list of them too, so you guys can check them out. This is all CTC United Productions.
Yes. That's just those are the ones that I'm in, but the
Yeah, there's a
CTC films,
collage, right? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
exactly. But this is under their umbrella, CTC United. Body Count Bentley, She Thought, But You Love Him, The Weight Game, The Perfect Side Order, The Special Effect. That is the Dawkins. Dawkins is the name. The Dawkins Brothers, Liquid Dreams, Vanity Flaw, Sunday Morning Short Film, 7 Days Without Sex. Now, did you practice that for real? Did you practice 7 days?
See in that movie, I played an extra in that movie. My grandkids had their first role in the movie in that one.
I didn't know if y'all was gonna do.
It was no sex in that movie, actually.
I'd have made everybody be like, all right, since it's the movie title, can't nobody be fucking. We all gonna get to work.
And one thing, pardon to interrupt you, but Sunday Morning, that's by Bermudaful Productions.
Beautiful.
It was filmed by CTC Films, but that actual short film Sunday Morning is by Bermudaful Productions. I want to make sure I give her
Shout
credit.
out to her, yes. And then you had Trouble Mystic and A Wolf's Cry.
Trouble Mystic drops on my birthday.
That's the one.
May 27th.
Okay.
Shout out to Huncho and shout out to Moni Wright.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lori. Shout out to Dark Chain. Yeah, it was a small cast about Hurricane Helene.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's gonna be
Looking forward to that drama.
Yeah.
I see it in you. I see it.
Yeah.
And you got currently y'all working on I Can't Breathe.
Can I breathe?
Can I breathe? Can I breathe? Shit. I'm sorry. I can't read. I'm sorry. And then you also be doing music, so it's not just the artistry of in front of the camera for acting. I mean, actress and
That's Courtney
actress
Carter, the actress.
Actress. You just say actress. You don't because acting. I don't know.
Acting is male or female. Right. Actress, female. Actor is a guy.
I think because technically, Sajul's I look at more as a poet because I know her from those scenes more than I do the actor or theaters because I don't get too involved in all that yet. But I do. You are the first lady I'm interviewing as an actress.
Oh, well,
so I just want to make sure I'm getting my word in right.
Thank you.
But I know that it is different too when it comes to acting in front of a camera and then playing roles in a video for music versus doing music. How is it transitioning between those two talents? Do you have to get a different type of hype going into music than you do getting prepared for a scene or your roles as an actress?
Actually, I'm learning it's a combination of both. Like when I'm doing music videos, it's acting. The music videos is acting the same way my song, my verse, my hook, that's my script. And that's the script for the videographer that's going to help me paint this picture. Shout out to Chantel Francis, the demigoddess.
Oh, yeah.
My personal female videographer who's done all of my music videos. But she's taught me through curating my videos and working with me and developing, pulling out the person that she know I am that I reserve from everybody else. And she's like, pulling a lot of stuff out of me and just reminding me like acting and with your music, as far as the videos and stuff, they go hand in hand. And if I can hone in with the acting and hone in on the music, and I can time together where everything just natural and just flows together.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Now, you won Best Hip Hop Album in 2024 at the iHeart Awards. How does that feel, winning those accomplishments when you're working? I don't know. It seems like the primary workflow is in the acting, not the music. You still got music. You still do it, or is it still 50-50 with those? Are you...
It's both.
Head in both heels.
Yeah, I got both going because when I'm in the movies, my music is on the soundtracks for the movies.
So you got awards in all. You got the Best Actress, Best Hip Hop Album. You're getting the tail end on both of those and receiving that acknowledgement. How does that...
Finally.
Yeah, how does that feel?
It feels great.
Feels great.
But it was just my time now. And I'm saying finally because... as a female music artist, I've been kind of like I said, the moving but going and, not getting nowhere with it because I didn't have the business right. So I'll take responsibility for that as far as the music and different things in my life that I put before music. My life, my priorities, whatever I had going in life that took me away from music, that's just what it was. So I just feel like when I was nominated for those awards, it was my time because honestly, when it comes down to like the music, it's like cliquish, and I'm older, so I've been around doing music before they was doing music.
Yeah.
Before YouTube was what it is, and it was no Instagram when I was like, and I'm not trying to say like I'm old like that, but the things that
Before
have
MySpace?
taken MySpace was going on then.
Oh, you was popping with
Moco
MySpace.
Space, MySpace was really the thing. YouTube really wasn't like that.
Yeah, they went on YouTube back in them days.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of things that I have accomplished and I have done, the internet was not popping like it was. And all the visuals and all the different things, I was taking like Polaroids and the disposable cameras. I got a whole bunch of pictures for a whole lot of stuff. But like I said, a lot of stuff with the music as a female, it kind of gets a little cliquish where if you're not a part of this clique, then it's like,
It's the same way with the men.
It is.
Yeah. I mean,
Men seem more willing to work with each other than they'll help their fellow guy friend or partner, however you want to say it, with music quicker to me sometimes than a female.
I don't know. I know that Blue Life and them, Blue Life and
Yeah,
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. You monster.
Hey you, you're losing.
Color, certified CEO gingerbread.
What is it? That dust bag right here.
I like this. Oh, baby, it's hot.
Yeah, we here.
Got the smoothest zipper. Them joints be smooth. I swear by these zippers, boy. You don't have no you know what I'm saying? It's smooth, man.
Daddy got that big air, a friend, her mommy home, oh, the family chairs.
But yes, there are cliques. I do think that at a certain degree, cliques are okay. I think cliques control. How do I say this? I'll speak from comedy wise, from my lane. I think there is a certain. I don't like to say gateway people. There's not gateway people, but you can be the most charismatic person and get on stage and still be it. But if you ain't telling jokes, somebody's got to hold you accountable to that. To say you're not a comedian. You know what I mean? So you can, like, I can get on a beat with the guys and freestyle all day long. That don't mean I'm a rapper, right?
Exactly. You're right.
So I do think you have beefs and. I think it's different in the rap world because I think them guys deal with like competitiveness and trying to get stage time more, but it's still just the same. It's clicks clicks in both those fields. The guys in Colombia will talk about it when it comes to it. There's so many comedians up there that don't come down here to Augusta, in a sense because they've made their own little world up there, and they don't see.
But you know what? That's what you really have to do.
Some places,
not really take it offensive or feel some type of way. You have to, just grow and build, and then you build your own little thing that you got going on, and then that won't even matter. And you just move along and, move accordingly.
And see, that's so. J. Paul sat me down to be a part of the team, and I don't regret saying let's wait a few because I know that I didn't have my ducks in a row at home. I'm still working out how to put a foothold on the comedy scene in Augusta and be a part of it. There's so many things personally I still feel like I need to get scheduled up and be available to be a part of a team before I commit.
That's respect though.
But it was that to me is way more impactful than, no offense to you or anybody who won an award at the iHeart or any what's the other one? SBA awards. getting the acknowledgement from the people that are putting in the work and they want you to be a part of something with them. That to me was one of the most fulfilling moments because I know everybody's rapport. I know where he stands, and to be acknowledged and seen like you got something here. I see what you're doing. I hope and only pray that one day I can still have that conversation again and revisit it with him.
Sure.
But I know that I don't want to disappoint the guy.
That's all right. But you know what? That is the absolute correct mindset. Because a lot of times a lot of people just impulse do things.
See the opportunity.
And but then they neglect what you just said. You have priorities, things that you're situating that you're trying to get that situated first. Because a lot of times people come along and they can be a burden more than an asset. And that was always my thing. And when I was asked to be a part of CTC, that's what I'm always do. I'm going to always put my best foot forward. I'm going to bring something to the table. I'm going to be resourceful. I'm going to be an asset where we all can build and grow together. So you have to have the right mindset, and a lot of people don't think like that. They just want to jump in and be a part of something.
And that's like my whole thing with doing the being a part of a team is if you're getting something out of it, you should have the respect to say, okay, well, what do I need to offer back? What do you need from me in return? Not to say it's a tit for tat, but it's a common respect of what we're trying to build. Well, if you want me a part, there's a reason you want me here, so let me play that role. And when we broke it all down, I think that I am over anxious about making sure that it's one thing to mess up for myself in this setting here, and I have to like swallow my own pride. But to mess up for someone else, and then you gotta. You're
right.
I just feel like it was that time for me to just once I heard what he needed. He don't need a lot, and it wasn't like I was being asked to do a lot more than what I'm already doing right now. But I do think that there were certain points that. Like the Skype stuff and certain things that come along with a little more development on my end that I can't commit to at all right now because I ain't got no skills in it. Not to say I couldn't do it, but interviewing through a screen is a whole different. That's a whole different type of interviewing, and I ain't.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It just wasn't one of those things. Not to say his requests are unreasonable at all.
I understand.
And shout out to him, but I walked away sad.
Yeah.
I walked away sad, but I had to be honest with it. I couldn't just dive in looking for the opportunity.
That's a man.
Yeah, I gotta be stand up with it.
Yeah, respect to you though.
So I know that he works with a ton, and you guys work with a ton of different actresses and actors and production people. I know I'm brain farting right. I'm trying my best to scramble. Dang. She hosted the International Hustlers Award with Honcho. Let me see. Condra.
Yes.
Condria. They are out of Charlotte. Charleston. They're another production company up there. Brought them down for that. Y'all guys rocked out. Y'all worked with them quite a bit too.
Yes.
How is it?
That's like family for J. Paul for a long time.
Do y'all go there? Y'all do y'all do certain trips. How is it commingling with different production companies trying to figure out the goals? Do they seem like it's a struggle with the teams, or is it like pretty simple and easy for you guys to mesh?
Yeah, anything that I can say that J. Paul has been a part of with other coordinators, production, whatever, and different film writers as well, he'll let us know, boom, they're looking for this, they're looking for that, and they actually share and, network with each other. And every event that I've ever been to, or any events where other people from out of town that he knows that have come in, it's always been a good time, and he gets a lot of respect. And I have learned that you don't have to be from a particular area to get respect, because I'm like, you've been here, there, and then to see other people from other places come in and show him love and show us love, and we all can network. To me, it's fun meeting new people and, just broaden your horizons and, thinking outside of the box and just really wanting to see the best for everybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So how was it? Do you get to? Is there a different style of acting up there versus down here? Do you get a different when you go up there in these different production companies with working with other cast members? Do you feel like there's different styles, or is it still just feel like the normal?
Of course, it's different. And for me, I haven't outside of CTC. I have in Bermudaful Productions. Those are the only two that I've worked with. But I've worked with other actors and actresses from those other production companies that are acquainted and have filmed and worked with J. Paul as well. And it's different in the sense of like we go to Charleston, they have a different accent. Their dialect is a little different. So with that, it's just like a different flavor, a different energy. But I look at it as boom, you be around enough, you can kind of absorb a little bit, but you can take back to the acting world that I like this Geechee, Louisiana, Savannah, Charleston. That's a good idea for a character. That when I get a role, I might can spice it up and not be in my regular voice. I can, kind of give that Charleston. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's fun.
Yeah.
All of it is fun because I be getting ideas about with the music, with the acting. So it's just like
you steered me in all positive, and you won the positive female influencer of the year too.
shocked.
So, but you see, I hear it right now that I need to know. I need to not to knock any production or anything like that, but you got to give me some. What are the downfalls of the acting? What are some of the struggles or challenges nobody sees when you're trying to get your role right? I don't know what kind of difficulties come along with this. And it's up to you how vulnerable you want to be about it. If it's
I'm always keep it real, and I won't hold back, but I may just kind of structure what I say so I can say it as cool and clean as possible. But for like and I always speak about me because I don't want to I'm putting other people, other actors in this category of what I'm seeing. But when you're stepping out and you're acting and stuff, people can be very critical. They can be extremely critical, and they'll watch the movie, but because it's you, they'll dissect everything that they can think of and see and this and that about you in that movie, but not think like, dang, that takes a lot to be on camera and everybody across the world gonna be viewing this. For me, that was my thing when I first started out. And you have the groups for the movies that are on Tubi, even though they're on all other platforms, a lot of them besides just Tubi, they have the Tubi groups. So if you get too caught, I was going when the movie come out, I want to see the review. They might not even be reviewing the movie per se, but they're critiquing and tearing down every aspect of what they can nitpick about in the movie. In the comments, everyone doesn't do that, but you do have those people, trolls. And I had to learn, content engaging. A lot of this trolling is how these content creators make money. A lot of them don't really mean it. Some of them do, but they still making money off. I stopped reading comments. When the movies come out, I have a sector with the certain groups, the Tubi groups on there that they're fair. They all have been fairly good people, and they've been supporting and watching stuff. I was able to get shout out to KC Jordan. I was able to call him the Tubi King, and I did an interview from a couple movies that a lot of people in the group had seen, but I stopped reading comments. For me, that's really the only thing.
So excuse me. So you're saying it's a little more difficult on the after the movie's been made and published to everyone to see versus the difficulties of putting the work together. And I think that is kind of weird that you have someone that will, especially the personal stuff. I could really see that, but it's weird to think about the reviews themselves be so harsh. There's trolls on social media. I just didn't. That's a weird thing to think about, man. I don't know. I've never.
So if you're not a strong person,
I
tell anybody, don't get behind no camera.
Yeah.
Because
so what advice would you give someone that wants to try it? Like I'd like to do some movie roles, maybe not be no lead, but I'd like to have some one-liners that be an impactful cracker in the moment. Is how I say it. But
I say go for it.
But what advice would you give me if I wanted to try out for a role? And to get over any type of, because me personally, when I think about going and doing something or auditioning for something, it's the insecurity. It didn't really amount uncomfortable to do it more than it is, what am I going to do what I'm supposed to do? That questioning of what's my role, how am I supposed to, I don't know nothing about it.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
That's why I say go for it.
Just go for it.
Like Nike, just do it. That's what I did. I seen the audition on Facebook where they were saying they looking for this, they looking for these roles. Send in your clip. They gave you a line for whatever particular character you were auditioning for. I wasn't a part of CTC. I actually had just been seeing a lot of his movies and seeing him and his movement on Facebook. I knew Chantel previous, but we didn't recollect that we knew because it had been so long ago that and she know me by Cece, not
CeCe,
Courtney.
yeah.
So, but I did the audition. And I think some time went by, maybe a week, 2 weeks or something. I didn't hear nothing. And then I think then I got the call back. Because, in my mind, I don't know how long. I'm just thinking, just sitting there waiting like, oh, are they going to call me back, this, that. So then after a while, I was like, dang, I probably didn't get it. And then I got the call.
Got the role.
Yeah. And that was my first role, Body Count Bentley. And I had 2 scenes in the movie, and I didn't have extremely long scenes. It might have been, like a couple of minutes, maybe, with my speaking role. But yeah, I just went for it. And then next thing you know, they got another role. I tried to audition for this, and boom, boom. And then after a while, I became a person that they know that they could depend on, being on time, actually practicing the role, not being hard, difficult to work with on set, whatever is required as far as wardrobe, hair. I'm willing to get into character in that. So
you indulging in the craft.
Yeah. And I take it serious, and I don't take their time because that's a business for them. That's a brand. Outside of everybody else, J. Paul and Chantel, they have a brand.
Yeah.
So regardless of what, I'm not, how you said, I don't letting yourself down or whatever with yourself is one thing. But when you come into the table with other people or another person who has a brand on the line, you don't want to disappoint them.
You want to have a good batting average.
Exactly.
You want to be consistent when you get up to the plate.
And that's what I feel like I've been given to CTC, and they've been giving it in return. So I'm just excited. I got so much stuff going on, it's like, it's a blessing.
So how does it feel being CC the artist in a young man's game in Augusta? Because it is a young man's game when it comes to making music out here. I feel like
But I'm a pit bull in a skirt.
ready to tear someone's head off with it.
Yeah, they know about me.
Yeah.
They know before this calm, matured, seasoned CC, Courtney, Queen, First Lady. They know. They know me. So I'm a lot more reserved than I am now because I went through a lot and
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm the pit bull in the skirt. I'm in my own lane, and shout out to I get a lot of respect from a lot of male rappers, a lot of male people in the business, in the industry.
Oh, I've heard your name.
I really have. So I'm not going, I'm talking my shit, and I mean what I'm saying, but I'm not trying to but yeah, I'm a pit bull in a skirt. So
well, I just know that I wasn't expecting to hear some of your stuff when I heard. I checked some of it out, and like I say, I only know young artists, and it seems like I meet more artists than anything around town. It seems like there's a handful of songs, and that's about it, or if they're just starting, whatever the scenario may be. But I do feel like it's a young lady's game right now, and it's great to see there's more diversity in age and in taste and in style. What do you feel like is your style you represent, or like what flavor do you bring to the table or that you enjoy to do? Not that the crowd loves, but what's your flavor?
And see, that's always been my thing. I've always been, any music that I have out, it's always been my authentic sound. I don't changed my flow to like, they have a new wave with, it was the Migos rap at
Yep,
one point.
yep.
Then we had that drill rap, and then like the Glorillas.
Glorillaz.
That style of rapping, I've always just been me.
Yeah.
And with me being 80s baby, I grew up listening to 80s music, R&B, hip hop. So I like to take that 80s music and infuse it with hip hop beat and put them together. That's my thing. So it's crazy because a lot of songs that you hear now, they've taken these old beats, putting them with these hip hop beats. But it's crazy because I've been doing that,
It's
but
amazing.
I wasn't into the music. I got so much music in the archive. They wouldn't believe it. But I haven't put the music out, but I got music that I can put music out. Matter of fact, I got an album coming out. Pitbull in a skirt, CC
in a
Loyalty
Skirt.
is
Yeah,
royalty,
that's the new
on
album.
my birthday, May
Okay.
27th.
May 27th. Y'all check
It's
it
dropping
out.
on Bandcamp first. Though.
Bandcamp first.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a favorite albums out thus far? Which is your favorite album you would like the fans to go check out?
I have my only and first EP that's out. It's Queen Chronicles.
Queen Chronicles.
Yes. That's what I won the award for.
Okay, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you got a bunch in the bank, so are you going to give more than one this year, or is it just going to be this one?
We have the CTC United Music Group compilation album that's coming out May 16th. So that'll be all the CTC United artists. And then my actual
27th.
second album, Pitbull in a Skirt, May 27th. And then me and my brother, Money Mitch 3 times, Money Making Millionaires. Me and him have a collab album where it's just me and him featured on this album that's coming next.
And that'll be this year for us, people.
Yes, it's
Okay, that's
it's coming like back to back.
Coming
My
back to
thinking video shot by the demigoddess Chantel Francis. Shout out to Corey Gordon. He was my cameo, my eye candy in the video. I've gotten that video was done, but I'm trying to get my likes up. I need 1,000 views.
Y'all go
on
put them
this
buttons in.
thinking trailer so I can drop this thinking video because it's grown and sexy and it's gonna get steamy on the screen. So
Oh, Lord.
I need for y'all to drop them 1,000 views.
Y'all got the smoke.
1,000
coming out
likes
the
on
ground.
this trailer so
Yeah.
I can go ahead and drop this video.
It's going to come, too. You're going to have it in
Yeah.
due time. It
I
sounds good.
might, when I go home, I might have it tonight.
Shit, you might.
By
You
the
got
time
the
this
emotion?
video drop, what we doing?
This right here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have it.
gonna
It's probably
come.
gonna all flow right on together.
It's going to come. This is
Yeah.
going to be, so this is where we're at, May 3rd. So I don't know who I'm dropping first, to be honest with you. It's right now I have Bank Eubank, the third one. I have Miss Demetrius Johnson, Beverly Body Butter, Cy Jules, and you. I've got to wrap them all up in editing, and then I'll
gotcha,
just
okay.
choose. But it'll all be coming. It'll be
But by
in a week.
I'm telling you, as soon as
gonna
I
be
find
good.
out, you're gonna get an inbox. And I'm like, I got these views. Boom.
And
So when the
also-
video when this drops,
Yeah.
it might already be done happen.
And also,
So the flow-
while I'm talking to you about it, I am gonna send you. I have a clip thing. I'll make like 40 or 50 clips.
Okay.
And then it's AI generated, so they'll do different relative parts throughout the conversation. Give me a different variation of how it sets us up for you for socials too as well. So
Gotcha.
when we have that, you'll have more than just what you. If you want to go in and chop something out of it, feel free.
Gotcha.
But I try to do that with, especially with people that pay and do that offer, helping out and being a
Gotcha,
sponsor with
gotcha.
it. So I want to make sure you get your credit and your social just due
appreciate
with
that.
that.
Thank you.
Because if not, I'm keeping all of it.
I feel you, I feel
use it when
you.
I use it. You know what I'm saying?
got you.
So yeah, you had Oak 93.5 radio interview. How was that?
Actually,
It's coming on the way in June.
we actually were supposed to do it April 20th, but I shot my thinking video April 19th, and I just ran into a little, where I had to push it back, but it was going to be a virtual over the phone interview. But shout out to Lizzie Yayo of 93.5, keeping it a bando with Lizzie Yayo.
That's what's up.
We rescheduled it where I'm going to actually go to North Carolina and we're going to actually be in the studio together. So she felt like that would be more organic, and that's what I really want to do. And then I'll have my new album will be out by then. So I'm like, yeah, that'll be a better look
little
what
more
I'm
fit.
going for. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
shout out to her.
with a lot of hype.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to her.
That's what's up, man. So that radio station's all the way in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. You get in motion. That just
I'm trying. It's about networking, honestly.
Yeah.
And shout out to J. Paul because he actually networked her into the CTC group. So, and shout out to Olivia Rayner. She's a female R&B singer on CTC, and she actually just had her interview this past Sunday.
heck yeah.
And she got her song spinning on the radio station down there.
Keeping it a bando
Yes.
with Lizzo Yayo.
Yes, keeping it a bando with Lizzie Yayo.
So now, what do you want to? Do you want to talk about anything particular about your crafts, your artistryship? I want to give you the floor too, to not just be narrated with the interview. Anything you want to talk to your fans about, or address anything? I want you to have some freedom here in this interview.
No, I feel you. I want to kind of. I don't like to really. I talk, but I don't want to get to rambling too much. But I want to give some flowers to a couple people that I really appreciate, that have really been there for me. And
Do they deserve the button? Because I'll be on cue with the button if you want the button.
the button is for the clap?
Yeah, you want the claps?
Yes, please.
You tell me. I got you.
I want to give a shout out to my partner, David Curry. Yes.
So I'm gonna put them after the
Curry Cartel Records. He gave me my first shot of music. My first song called The Quiet Storm. That was the first song under his label where it was actually on a streaming platform streaming.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I want to shout out James C's of Grind Game.
Shout out to them.
CEO Flame is his name. I want to shout him out because he also gave me a lot of knowledge on the business about music and certain avenues that, okay, well, you kind of need to do this and do that. And he always taught me how important it was to have a career, have a job outside of the music. Because when I met him, they were doing Empire, the club downtown. It was then they were running that, then they was doing the music, and it was heavy. And if you got lost in that, you would think that that's all he did. But when I realized that he was like a general manager over a huge restaurant here in Augusta, and I went and sat down with my notebook, and he actually took the time out to go over some things. And I was like, so you work here?
Yeah, that's good. That's what's up.
Yeah,
most people want to just try and I can just quit everything and do it, but you got to have that
So I
backbone.
was shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, I didn't know you work. He was like, a real job, kind of like that. And I was like, yeah, I thought you just did the music in the club. He was like, no. He always taught me, no, you need a real job. So if you decide today, I don't want to do music anymore, I still have my income. You got your 401k, you got your retirement, you got this, you got that. So that's one thing that I learned from him. So I want to make sure I give him his flowers.
Shout out to him. Yes, yes.
Let's see. Let me see. And I meant to bring a little note so I could write it down because I was like, that cushion had me like, and I be done forgot. But
Now I know we got CTC United, CTC United Music
forever.
Group, CTC Films,
Yes.
Beautiful Productions,
Yes.
Curry Cartel Records. That's you already shouted him out.
Yes.
The list can go on and on for.
Check us out on the website,
Yeah.
www.ctcunitedproductionstudio.com. You can find everything you need, music videos, everything, beats, everything's there. All the artists, everything that CTC United has to offer is there.
That's right, man.
Shout out to J.
Champions,
Paul.
Training champions.
Yes. Shout out to Chantel. Yes.
That's the demigod herself.
Yes, the demigoddess. Yes.
Now I tell you this. Now I am. I'm going to start my own mic show, comedy show, whichever.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to entail improv. I know that we ain't gonna talk about what me and J. Paul discussed or whatnot, but still, I would love to offer that hand to you, your fellow actresses and actors in the CTC or anyone you know. Some of these improv games can be helpful with these formats of being in the moment for actresses and act in. So y'all welcome to stay in check with us if y'all want to come get involved. It's a free form game. There's no right or wrong answer, but I definitely think that there's some win for. I know there's positive for the comedians because we get to be funny in the moment without worrying. But it could be some helpful tools, I think, that the comedians could help with certain aspects of these productions.
And you know what? A comedian, that's why I told you, if you're thinking about a movie role or audition, go for it.
I'm thinking
because as a comedian, to me, it's like you're already an actor.
Kinda.
When you say improv, whatever, improv is like if you say something or you're acting out a scenario, perhaps.
You want to do that before we wrap
and
up?
Then, oh gosh, don't.
I'm gonna put you on now. Well, you keep going. I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep talking. I'm sorry. We're gonna do it now.
But yeah, so kind of like that. So you're saying in a scenario like that, you say something. So that means I'm gonna have to come in based on what you just acted out or performed. So that's why I'm saying, you want to act, just go for it. I'm telling you.
All right,
you're funny, man.
Let's practice. All right, you give me a place and I'll pick a scenario, and then me and you'll play the roles.
Okay.
So you just give me a place. The place can be anywhere. AutoZone to the park to the Empire State Building. I don't care where you pick.
Let's see. Shapiro.
Shapiro is what? I don't know.
Oh, you don't know what that is?
No, is it a restaurant?
No, it's the place where they process the meat, the cows and the beef place.
Okay, so
on Gordon Highway, it always smells really bad.
That's what the name of it is. I know that's what. There's one over there. I just didn't know the name. Okay,
Yeah,
Shapiro's.
Shapiro.
All right. Are we on the meat line together?
Okay.
All right, and production line just went down. All right, that's our scene. All right.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know how. All right, let me get me an axe here. Well, hey, you see that line just went down? Oh my goodness, where's Cheryl at when you need her? We can't. They gonna give me a break still in 5 minutes. I'm not waiting on this production line sitting over on no break. Now, you gonna be all right to see? Who needs to go get Cheryl? You want me to go get Cheryl?
No, we ain't going to get Cheryl. Fuck that, man. Let the line be down. You already know Cheryl ain't coming right now anyway.
Man,
we
she
might as well.
always like
No,
this.
man, bump that. Let the line stay down. I'm telling you, Cheryl ain't coming for
I
another.
can't help it. My ADD is kicked in.
Well, let's go smoke.
Hey, we should
Go outside and smoke.
That'd be a good opportunity.
And by the time we go and smoke and come back, I bet you Cheryl still won't be here. But
Yes.
at least we can vibe out till it come back up.
Hey, yo, Timmy, look, you sit over there and make sure you come holler at us. We're going to go outside, and we're going to be right back. Y'all stay and keep us posted. Now, don't be letting us get caught.
Yeah, for real.
Timmy, don't be playing
and,
no games.
and Timmy, don't, you already know, I know your stuff. You was already clocking in late, getting the old girl to sign you in.
You know, they only like him because he cross-eyed.
Yo.
They only like him because he cross-eyed.
See, I wasn't going to tell you that. I always thought I was trying to tell you was cute and stuff, but in reality, see what they really think
I'm
about
just fucking
you.
with you, Timmy. I'm just playing. Just watch out for us. We're going to go smoke. See, I think I might be able to do it. God damn it. Fuck that production line. Yeah, I hope that I'm going to get the opportunity. That's the one thing about being so creative, and it is if you got certain avenues you're trying to take and handle or tackle, like this, the podcasting. The podcasting in itself is its own fucking work. It really is. The one thing, I don't know if you watch More Than the Masters, shout out to Maine, Bobby Boucher.
Yes.
He had a thinking out loud about how the process of us putting it on, and we can do everything right. And the one point that I took home from it that I agree with completely is I can have everything set up for you, and it matters if I'm in the right mentality though. Because if I ain't in the right mentality to produce the episode, it can be an overwhelming hour and a half.
That's true.
I've had a couple where I don't know what stirred it to be a flat episode. I don't know if it was me. I don't know if it was the guest, if it wasn't, if it was the lack of I couldn't sell, that charisma. I don't know. But some of them I've looked back and I've just been like, I wasn't my best day. So it takes a lot to get our crafts together.
I can imagine.
And I applaud you. And I really do applaud you
Thank
for
you
all
so
your work
much.
personally, because I've seen you around town. Again, I want to finish with that with you because it is fun and I have such such joy in meeting such talented people, getting to meet new people along my path, continuing to see people that take care and passion for their crafts. And to me, that's what I'm building this platform around. Everybody has their own palettes, and when it comes to life, their family home, everybody has their own crafts and likes and dislikes and tastes. And I think that it just takes conversation for us to get to know each other.
Absolutely. And let me give you your flowers.
I don't need nothing. I got.
Yes, you do. All this beautiful artwork that
yeah.
was also, some of it was featured in the movie The Special Effect, which
Yes,
is
it
out
was.
now on Tubi.
Yes, it is.
But yes, I want to give you your flowers. I'm honored to be here. I reached out to you because I seen what you've been doing, and I just like meeting new people. Like you said, we've been in the same buildings, running into each other organically. So I just felt like it was that time. Let me hit my boy Tommy up.
Yeah.
Get on that palette production couch.
Hey, I'm glad you're here for real. I ain't gonna lie. You were there at the what was it called? Fuck. I'm having a brain fart now. Just thought about it. It was 4 rappers. We was at
No, the only 4.
the only 4s.
No.
You weren't there.
No, I don't think I was.
You was there to support A Little Life in Them, I thought.
No, I wasn't there then. I wasn't even a part of CTC then.
Well, I don't remember where it is I met you. I remember I met you and then
We was downtown, and it was something. I think when we did meet, it was something downtown that I was at, but I wasn't at. I didn't go
wasn't at
to
that one?
no.
Okay,
I didn't go
that's
to
not-
any of
that's
the
my
only
bad then.
fours then because I don't think I had become that much acquainted with CTC then.
Yeah.
I seen that event when it was live.
Yeah.
actually on the
On TV.
Yeah, when I
Yeah.
was watching it then.
Then there was another female rapper that was out there that I met that night. Maybe I might not have
Slim
met you.
Kia, she was CTC.
Maybe that's who it was that I met that night. I could have
'Cause
sworn
she
that's
did
where I found
she
out you was
did-
doing. That was just me and my memory thoughts then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just admire the drives. I love
Thank
the
you.
drive.
I
I love it.
appreciate
I
it.
really do.
I
And
appreciate
thank you for coming on again.
Thank you for having me.
And I hope that we could do this again. More
Yes,
productions
we
coming.
will. After that album drops and you get time to let it marinate in your spirit, and then I can maybe come back. I'll have the other movie drop, and then we can chop it up about what you think about, kind of like do a little review or
We could do some.
whatever you
be
want to
cool.
do.
That'd be cool.
And we're gonna do some more of these card games because I thought that was fun.
You want to do it
even
before we
though-
leave?
If you want to try a couple more, we can.
Oh, let's do it. That'd be
Because I
cool.
think I
Give us-
farted
give us-
on all of them
let's
in
try
the
it again.
beginning. I bombed out on all of them.
Well, all right, now, where's my... All right, you tell me. Let me get your opinion first before we start.
Okay.
What do you think's a better name here? Tommy's Taylor Trivia. Mm-hmm. Tommy's Test of Trivia. Tally Up Trivia. Time to Trivia. Tackle Some Trivia.
The first one, Tommy's.
First one,
Yeah,
see, I'm
it's-
getting good ones of that. Tommy's Taylor Trivia.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what it is. All right, let's do a couple of them and then we'll wrap up here. What comedian? Whoa, that ain't even a real word. Comedian and
I think that means it's a female. Because comedian, they spell it 2 different ways when it's
For
a
real?
male comedian and then when it's a female
you
comedian.
blowing my mind right now. Are you for real?
Yeah.
I thought it was a comedian. It don't matter if it's a boy or a girl. She's a comedian. She's telling jokes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, they.
I didn't find out actor till I was probably in my 20s neither, so I understand. So what comedian famously butchered the national anthem at the opening of a Padres game in 1990?
Oh gosh, I was 10 years old then.
Roseanne Barr.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even.
I wouldn't.
I
know who
watched her
she
show.
is.
My mom used to love Roseanne Barr. She was a comedian first.
Yeah.
Or she was an actress.
Who was Peter Griffin's mortal enemy?
Oh, Peter Griffin. My mom. Stewie's dad, right?
Yep.
Mortal enemy. Oh my gosh.
All right, the giant chicken.
Oh, see, I wouldn't even gotten that.
All right, let's do a different one here. Let's see. Who was the 1996 PGA Rookie of the Year? This is golf.
Professional Golf Association.
Yep.
In what year?
1996. Rookie of the Year now.
Tiger.
Tiger.
Okay,
It
that was
Tiger.
just a guess.
This primetime soap about 20-something living in an apartment complex, starred Heather Locklear and
Friends.
Friends? No.
No. Go back to friend. Yeah, I said it too.
Heather Locklear and Andrew Shue.
Andrew Shue, Heather Locklear, Andrew Shue. That's is it not a boy and it's two men and a boy? Heather Locklear. Living in an apartment. Dang, it wasn't 90210. I don't know.
Melrose.
Oh crap! I knew that because I was Dylan. I had a crush on Dylan. No, it wasn't Dylan. It was the other one. What was the other one that was with Shannon Doherty? What was the other guy?
I have no idea.
Oh
I don't
my
even know
gosh!
the
It
show.
wasn't Dylan though. It was the other guy, Ethan or something like that. I don't know. I had a crush on him, so I'm surprised I forgot about Melrose Place.
Okay, this is an easy one. What would millennials say to coldly dismiss someone? You'll know it if you don't. Yeah, you don't think about it off key. Yeah, you'll know it when I say it though. Bye, Felicia.
Ah man, I always hated that.
After 2-year hiatus, this band got back together and released the album Never Gone in 2005.
2005, they went on a hiatus and then released. I don't know.
Backstreet Boys.
Oh gosh.
All right.
If you had to say New Kids on the Block, I probably would have.
I can't control what culture these questions come from.
See, Backstreet Boys were after. New Kids on the Block were the Backstreet Boys
Before.
in sync. Yeah. See.
Before both of them.
Yeah.
It was before Hanson and Friend.
Exactly.
See,
we had New Kids on the Block, then we had,
Yeah.
New Edition.
New Edition was first, right?
Yeah. So it was kind of like, because see, I went to New Edition concerts and I went to New Kids on the Block concert when I was a kid.
See,
but I
always thought-
think New Kids on the, I'm trying to think.
I thought
No, New
Hanson and
Edition
them-
was first. You
They
said
had
Hanson.
to be. They had to be because I was growing up when I recall Hanson being like the end of their era,
Mm-hmm.
and I recall like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys picking up. But I could be wrong. They could have had music prior to me, like my knowledge.
I feel you.
But I still feel like the Hansons were before NSYNC and.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
But I think
you're
New
right
Edition
about
was
that.
well before that time.
Yeah. You're right.
They
You're
weren't
right.
in the groupland. All right, let's do 2 more questions here. What legendary rap artist was gunned down in Las Vegas in September of 1996? It sounds
Tupac.
it sounds like I'm predicating. It's just the questions, okay? It's just the
I
questions.
remember that. I was working at McDonald's and we heard it on the radio. We was listening to the radio at work.
Yeah.
We were just like crying. I was like the ice cream machine, like, no. I dropped my milkshake that I
You
was
was,
making.
you were still over this way. You was in Augusta.
No, I'm actually not from Augusta. I graduated from Burke County High School. So during that time when I was in high school, I was in Waynesboro.
But still, that impacted here in Augusta still hit home. That when that happened.
I'll never forget that date. It was almost like we knew Tupac. Like,
Yeah, that's what they say. I mean, I didn't.
Yeah.
You look at the documentaries and how it just was a big day.
it was just like Nipsey.
That now I felt that one here. I seen the experience, got to see that. Yeah, that was different too. In 2004, the song "Breakaway" was performed by what solo artist?
It's probably Pop.
It's Pop. She won American Idol.
Carrie Hilson, not Carrie Hilson. Nah, what I'm saying,
You close.
Carrie
They
Underwood.
Nope.
What's the other one?
She fat now.
She do on the Wayfair. She do the Wayfair commercials. She's got the dark hair.
Yep.
Oh gosh. Oh, Kelly Price. I mean Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson,
Kelly
that's
Price
it.
is the black singer. My bad. Yeah, Kelly Clarkson.
Before going solo, Beyonce was a member of what group?
Destiny's Child.
Yes, that's an easy one. That's the crazy thing too. It seems like the white culture questions are kind of not as straightforward. Because I mean, who don't know the Beyonce one now, right? That's the easy one. Are You Not Entertained originated from what 2000 film? Are You Not Entertained? It was a medieval film.
It was funny.
Nope.
Oh shit.
I forget.
I don't know.
Gladiator.
Oh, see, I wouldn't.
You didn't watch Gladiator?
I didn't.
Oh man, that was.
I like if it was like those spoofs that they made of movies like that where they reenacted Gladiator, but it was all funny stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I'm gonna do because we done busted.
Cool. That
Hey,
was fun.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving me some insight, some conversation, a little
Thank you.
knowledge on all this expertise you got. It was an absolute pleasure. Again,
Yes, thank you
y'all
so
please
much.
go check her out on all social media platforms.
you.
The music they can find under CC.
CC, that's CEE. Loyalty is royalty.
Loyalty is royalty.
On all streaming platforms. Courtney Carter, that's where you can find everything about me acting, get a little more in depth of who I am. But just look for CC Loyalty is Royalty on all streaming platforms, on all social medias, and you can find me.
And May 27th, this Pitbull
Yes.
in a Skirt.
Yes, my album Pitbull on the Skirt
May
drops
27th.
May 27th, as well as Troubled Mystic drops on Tubi. Shout out to CTC United, CTC
Shout out,
Films, J. Paul the Demigoddess,
Hey, thank y'all for watching.
J.
Tune in for
Paul
another
the Demigod, and Chantel the Demigoddess.
That's what's up. Thank y'all again. Thank y'all.
Y'all.
Peace.